Anyway, let's see here. Birdview Burger Barn. So now it starts off with a little bit more of a story, from Sunday, April 20th, 2002. It's a Birdview Burger Barn review. Continued from page 1. Barney was very quick and responsive to come out and peel a raw burger patty off my windshield one hand while ordering a new one with his other. I asked him if having the raw ingredients fall through the sky was a health violation. Barney put a finger, still holding raw meat, up to his lips and told me, shh, and that the government might be listening. With a wink, he was back inside and quickly completed my order. Despite my initial hang-ups, I found the food quite passable. For the greasy fast food fare, the burger tasted fresh and the fries were sufficiently salty. After the meal, Barney regaled me with a story. One time, a baby pelican fell down my roof chute, and I mistook it for a potato. By the time I realized I had done what I'd done, I was already diced up and in the fryer. I don't like to waste food, so I gave it to the next customer as a freebie. 3 out of, and then 5 stars is highlighted here. It's great. Janice. So we got a little bit more of the original story, I think, that was from the Itch.io page is now in the game, which is cool. The other neat thing is this paper, like however this texture was done, is really interesting. It seems like that would be hard to reproduce to me, especially the color of the newsprint. And I mean, I can't imagine that this is a real review or whatnot, but I would like some history here from Jonathan soon. Maybe in Discord he can hook us up with that. All right, and so the way this works is people come here, they order, and then we select the fries, we place the order, and then we can move this back and forth to catch what they do. Come here for frying, and then we can pick it up and take it to the window. So it's a little bit like Tapper. It's a little bit like Overcooked in the gameplay sense. It's kind of got this frantic Overcooked in the food preparation style, which is kind of like Cookie Mama. Now I lost what did I lose? French fry. Lost a potato. It'll take me a minute to get in the zone with this, and then once I do, I'll be good to go. Burger and a duty. Oh man, I'm missing it again. I need to order another burger. Oh, this thing cooks really fast too, I forgot. Alright. There we go. Another not so satisfied customer. So the color tells you how much of a tip you're gonna get. If it goes to fries. If it goes to yellow, then you're not gonna get as good of a tip. If it goes to red, you're not gonna get nearly as good of a tip at all. I got a $7 tip for that one. Fries and a cake slice, pie slice, strawberry pie. The main update, I think, is some of the graphics have been updated. I really like the way that the icons look now. I think he also added some cleaning animations, but I can say that as a player right now, I don't really have time to watch a lot of the animations. Once you get good at the game, though, and you get in the rhythm, then there's more time to spend watching and paying attention to the smaller things. But right now, it's not like riding a bike. The first couple times I play this game, I always feel like I have to get back in the zone again, if you will. And then once I am, then I'm good for it. I find that with some other games too, as a player. Like when I play Tetris, like the original NES Tetris, the first 2 games I'm just kind of terrible, but then after that I'm a contender. This next person wants that and that. Oh man, just take your pie. Take your pie, dude.
Hello?
Burger, fries, and soda. And so I know that Jonathan will be releasing an Android version of this soon on the Play Store, I believe. Oh, I clicked too quick and I missed it. Okay, here we go. You successfully completed a day's work. Good job. Here's credits out to those Twitter handles. If you look earlier, there was a tweet that I had which referenced all those Twitter accounts. I can post that again in there if you want to follow any of the creators for the game. Final cash was $150. A review, food dropped twice. You served all the customers. I'm a fantastic cook. We'll catch up on some chat here. You missed player, DVR. You missed like a really good, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of half invisible right now. You missed a good 5-10 minutes of me messing with my green screen. After a 20-minute countdown where I usually like check to make sure everything's set up good, I changed out the light bulbs to LEDs. And I was at the store, and I saw the daylight version of LEDs, and then I saw the, I don't know, not like super bright white versions of the LEDs. They're the same price, but I thought, well, you know, I really don't like the white lighting. I like that softer light, which there's 3 different, in the US here, we have 3 different styles of light bulbs. We have daylight, like soft light, and then I don't know, some other light, right? And they're in order of lumens. So 3,000, 2,700, and 2,500 or something like that. I got the middle ones thinking it'd be a little bit oranger, a little bit nicer, more comfortable on my eyes while I'm doing this stuff. And that was clearly a mistake because it made the green screen off color, which I thought about it, but I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. And it turns out as the sun started to come down and I lost the natural daylight in this room, the green screen started to falter, and so that's why I'm kind of transparent a little bit here. And there is something I do, fixes it once in a while. I don't know what it is though. Up, so close. There we go. It's a little better. Boom. All right. Back to the Burger Barn. I'm not as see-through now. So we're playing Jonathan Dar's game here. I have 160 coins and a medal. Let's see, what is this? Oh, here's the information here. This is new. Wasn't here before. This will show your tip amount, no tip. What I want to do right now, as again, advice from a player. As a player, what I want to do is I want to move my mouse around these things and look at them, because I'm the type of person who looks with my mouse. Like, here it says this, here it does that, which is, by the way, terrible if you're doing a presentation to, like, customers or clients, or you're going over software. You don't want to move the mouse a lot because it distracts them off of what you're saying. But I still do that when I play games. And as soon as I move my mouse out of the circle, it goes away. I would like this to stay on the screen as a user, as a player. As a game developer, you might want to think in these terms of, you know, what are natural behaviors for people to do? and what might somebody want to do with the UI, right? And so, kind of putting yourself in the player's shoes as a designer, you might reveal, like, if I was making this, I might play through this and think like, this is naturally good. But then I put in the hands of a friend of mine, I watch them play, I'm like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. And if I didn't call that out specifically and I just realized like, oh, hey, that made a mistake, and then I clicked it again and did that, there's still a subtle cue there that happened. That was a thing. That was an event that happened. And I might need to try to correct that with, an X up here to dismiss the screen would be perfect. And then wouldn't have that kind of situation. I'm really kind of going deep on this one, but I'm kind of explaining it from two different points of view. And that's one thing I'm going to try to do better of is saying, like, as a player, I'm experiencing this mechanic in this way. As a designer, you might think of it in these terms also. And it's not a criticism against this game and not so much against Jonathan Dar, just kind of vague advice here. But you can use the keys here to play. That's new. So, and does this go to the next level? I wonder, because we have this here. We can hit start again. I think that's just going to play the regular game settings. If we're going to use touch controls and music. So this must be part of the Google Play release. And there's a $3 thing over here that might have to change. That's probably not supposed to be there, I don't think. The $3 here. All right. Let's go over here. And Birdview Burger Barn, and then the next level, Birdview Blood Barn. What is this? Janice, do you think the recent zombie attacks would be bad for business for restaurant owners? But a local burger shop, Barney's Birdview Burger Barn, says no. Business is booming. That is a lot of B's in one sentence. Barney, that's right, Janice. People are still hungry. They need their burgers, and unlike some other restaurants, I'm keeping my doors open. Janice, aren't you worried about the zombies? Barney, I'm very concerned with these zombie attacks, Janice. I won't be able to provide customers with the same great value that they've come to expect from the Burger Barn due to increases on my insurance policy. And now it's time. There's a shotgun. How do we shoot? Are we serving them? What? Oh, we have to get the gun rack down. Alright. Here comes the fries. Oh, it's like one more thing. Wow.
Hello?
I think that's it. Oh, jeez.
Arrow.
A burger. Oh no, something was ruined. Probably the pie. And the burger. Oh, jeez. And they're gone. No! Man. He's gonna be gone by the time I get this food out. What? Just a pie. Alright. Of course. there goes my tip. Alright, let's see here. I'm formulating thoughts as I play, and once I'm done with the level, I'll give some feedback. But it's because this game is very time sensitive. It's hard for me to talk, and there's so much going on. It's really hard for me to say what I'm thinking and formulate what I want to say right now. I'm making mental notes. Oh, that guy stayed in the window. So you can shoot them before. For some reason, I thought I had to wait for them to climb, which is not correct. I didn't want fries. Great. Interesting. All right, you successfully completed a day's work. Good job. Final Cache 255 review. You destroyed 25 zombies. A customer served 12. You are a good businessman, but there's still room for improvement. All right. Neat. Let's go through, read some comments from the chat, and then I'll give my my feedback too for this very different style of level compared to what the game was last time that I played it. Let's see here. I'm mostly distracted with the mechanic. Rainer says, like in this game, and for the designer, I just wondered what a cute thing they could add to make a classic restaurant loop wackier, memorable, and more interesting. Talking a little bit of advice here to Indie Development Labs, who's joined us, who's interested in getting started and getting some tips from our community. Yeah, this is kind of wacky, and I will say that it is very different than... I thought that the next level would be kind of the overtime mode that I played before. So the last time that I played this game, on this first level, it was just serving food, and there's an overtime mode that was twice as long. It was a double shift, essentially. That's overtime. And was a little bit more challenging, and it went to nighttime, which was kind of interesting to see the day cycle take place. The zombie part is really interesting, but the beginning, it does show like the finger pointing to grab the gun off of there. After you shoot the first two zombies, because it does point, I think also, we'll just see really quick. It points here to grab the gun, and then it shows you that the zombies are coming, which is great. You can't shoot them yet. You can't shoot them yet. You still can't shoot. It does this cool thing where he eats the hand, and then it says, hey, shoot the guy. What happened here for me is that, one is I never realized now that I need to put the gun back. And so I come over here and I'm like, why can't I take the order? As a player, the first thing that's going through my mind is that I'm now a little bit confused about what I didn't know I had to push the gun back up here. And I just tried that out of desperation to figure out what I was supposed to do next. The other thing that this did is that it trained me that I had to wait for zombies to come through windows before I can actually shoot them when they're in the window. And like I did here, and also here. But I don't know that because of the way that I was trained by that first tutorial, right? So that's another thing that happened there is that because of I didn't know I had to click to put the gun back, and I felt a little cheated by that. And then I didn't realize for halfway through that I could shoot them when they're in the window, like right here, until I got lucky and I realized it almost by mistake. And I think I could have done a lot better had I known that up front. But the way that finger came down and got eaten, I think that the animation's really cool, but it's being done at the sacrifice of my own like knowledge and understanding the pattern and what's expected of me as a player. So there's a little bit of a trade-off there, and as a designer you might want to see if you can still keep that cool effect that you have. Hold on, zombies coming in, I gotta shoot these guys. I don't even care about the people ordering food, but I'm not gonna have zombies up in my restaurant, if you know what I'm saying. You have to think about like if you want to keep that in as a trade-off, then that's great, but somehow you need to change that for the players so that way they're not stuck in a situation. And anytime that you're going to guide somebody with a tutorial as a designer, you need to make sure that it's clear. And if you train somebody, and this goes outside of game development, if you set a norm or an expectation or a pattern in somebody that's incorrect, it's much harder to untrain them than it is to just fix that pattern from the get-go and do it right the first time. That's true if you're training animals. That's true if you're dealing with groups of people and social norms and how people behave in groups. There's a whole bunch of psychology that goes in with that. But tutorials in games are great, and I mean, what goes on with the finger coming and showing you everywhere to go is above and beyond what most games even do for the player, which is nice. Especially in a game like this that's really action-paced and you're introducing a new mechanic. But it definitely trained me in the wrong direction as to what my capabilities were as a player, and that is something that you gotta look at more. Alright, so let's see what the next level is. Bird View Blast Barn. So there's like all these different variations which are really cool. Bird View coffee sip really quick. Alrighty. Now it's an iPhone, sweet. Or a phone. Messages, Janice, details. The government is preparing to drop bombs over the city to wipe out the zombies. Hang on, serving customers. Barney, you need to get out now. Fighting off zombies at the moment. Barney, please. My customers still need me to talk to you later. I'll be making some mods to the barn. So, what is this, machine guns? The government blew up your restaurant. Alright, let's try this again. Ah, I can move it, and I see. Okay, I understand now. Hold on. Let's look at this one too. Okay, so it's instructing you to like move your finger up and down. If it was a touch control, you would get that right away probably. With a mouse though. Now how do I stop doing it? Okay.
Arrow.
I was pushing the wrong keys. So now it's like there's gonna be zombies, it's gonna be missile command. Nobody's gonna get their food on time. It's ridiculous.
Hello.
No! Whew. Man, that was close. Oh, I felt that one in my stomach. Pie and fries. I'm like ordering food, shooting down zombies, catching ingredients, shooting bombs. This is actually going really good. This control is inverted though on this side, which is a little awkward. I don't know if that's a bug. Down is up and up is down on the right-hand side though. I just realized. Kind of getting through this. Fries and pie. Of course there'd be a zombie. Oh, I just shot an ingredient. Hold on. Oh, everything's going wrong now. Ah! Give me the burger. Drop the burger. They're gonna leave. Don't leave. Oh, they're controlling back to normal on that side. Anything but a pie. Burger and a pie. Got this. And you can shoot your ingredients, which... Oh, the controls went backwards again. Very interesting. Alright. I think I know what's going on with the controls. I won't be able to explain it in terms... I can explain it in maybe Unity terms, but not in, like, specific engine terms. That made no sense. I can explain it in math terms, is what I meant to say. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. Restaurant. See ya. I didn't want your business anyway. And a burger. Alright. And get some free food too. Here we go. Food drop 1, you destroyed 28 zombies. You shot down 32 bombs. Customer service 12. You are a good businessman, but there's still room for improvement. But the princess is in another castle. All right. Neville Laz says, I would never have imagined this game. This game is so cool. The pixel character you play reminds me of a Vault Boy from the Fallout games. I get why, yeah, says Rain Drinker. Just more and more stuff at once. It's so frantic. It's really cool. The craziness of the game makes it cool. Either the game is balanced but challenging, or at Tiger or Tiger J is a pro. Yeah, it's it's challenging, but it's once you get into it, I don't think that I'm great at it. I think that this is the fourth time that I've played this mechanic with this game. And I played a game that was similar to this in February when I was starting the stream, that was part of a different game jam that had washing machines and clothing that's by another developer. And I'll show that later on in the stream. But this game and these mechanics, and I play a game similar to it called Overcooked also, that's on the Switch, and they just announced Overcooked 2 soon coming out to that, which is it's more of a cooking mama style game. The difference between this and that is that this is in 2 dimensions, and that this is incredibly creative with all of the different things that are adding on and piling on to these mechanics. It is just way above and over the top, and it's hilarious. Where Overcooked is just like cook more food in the same level. This time the level moves, but you're still cooking food for people. It doesn't really thematically change at a scale like this game does, which is really neat. I would say there is a lot of difficulty curve, especially with like between the first and the second and the third levels so far. Every new mechanic is another. It's not just a new mechanic that you're learning, but it's being added on top of another set of things that you just came off of learning, and there's no breathing room in between those. So and that's great if that's the style you're going for as a designer. What you typically see is kind of a give and take flow, though, where like now you talk to Janice, and in the next level there are bombs, but the zombies have subsided because they're kind of under control. Then in the next level, both things are combined. But you don't get the break in this game like you'd normally expect to have, where it's you're going to cook food. You're going to cook food and have zombies. You're going to cook food and have bombs. You're going to cook food and you're going to have zombies and bombs. Those in-between steps aren't there. It's just adding on and adding on and adding on, which is good. Like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you have to think in terms of what expectations might be, and understand that most games will stretch out content and kind of stagger that learning curve and that difficulty ramp and lower that down by doing those alternating balances, And I would go so far as to see, I would go so far as to say that I could foresee a game like this saying you're going to cook food. You're just going to defend the restaurant for zombies at night, right? So you have a daytime where you're cooking food. Nighttime, you're going to defend zombies. All of a sudden, it's daytime, and then there's bombs. Now there's food and zombies because it's night. Now there's, food, zombies, and bombs because the zombies are immune to whatever was keeping them away at the day. Or, you know what I mean? Like, even taking out to like a 5th layer where it's going to be alternating on a time cycle or something like that. But that's what you would normally expect as a really slow hand-holding ramp. This game kind of just puts you out there and says you need to deal with it, which I like that. Personally, as a player, I enjoy that. But as a designer, you might want to think, and anytime you're planning these features out, you not only can you stretch out content and make the game feel like it's larger than it actually is, you can also ramp in slower for your player, so it's not as difficult. Right, cool. All right. Oh, what is this? There's like a little dude down here. That's like an achievement or something, maybe. Is he on? No, he's not. Oh, I got silver medal. Oh, I can see my ranking down here. Gold, silver, silver. And let's see. Hard mode and more unlocked in the next update coming soon. So there'll be even more. This is probably the ending story here. Birdview Burger Barn is a restaurant. This is like a Wikipedia page. This is great. In Boys Town, Nebraska, it's run by celebrity chef proprietor Barney Burgundy and is housed in the 1940s building that had previously been the site of a rock and roll diner. Although originally known for its owner's eccentric inventions, Birdview Burger Barn has become famous after the Nebraska zombie outbreak of 2012, in which the proprietor remained open, feeding refugees while defending his shop. After bombings, the Burger Barn is now the oldest standing building in Douglas County, is recognized as a National Historic Landmark, while the proprietor has become a cultural icon representing the spirit of American individualism and self-reliance. Controversy. In his latest performance, the proprietor is raising a firstborn daughter, had with media luminary and wife Janice. While running the Burger Barn, while beloved by the community, the public health department called for the child to be kept at home. Barney fired back, "I enjoy spending time with my daughter, and if I can't work with her, I close the Burger Barn." Mr. Slurns, head of public health department, released a public notice stating, "Due to the tourism revenue brought to Boys Town by the Burger Barn and proprietor close tied to the media, no action will be taken. But this does not mean that you are above the law, Barney. I'll be watching, and the moment you slip up, I'll take away your food service license." And we have like a cool little Wikipedia doctored page here. It's pretty sweet. And what's neat is that the established date here is 2002. And this has a tie-in to the newspaper article that we saw in the beginning that was published in 2002, which I called attention to. That was April 20th. And there's another nice, 420 High Street address here. So there's definitely some subtle little Easter eggs in here about, that stuff. But it's really cute, and I like how it all ties together, and that the continuity is what's really cool here. I enjoy that. And here's a photograph from 2009. You can kind of follow the timelines here. And here's the baby. Let's see what happens now. So when the baby's crying, we gotta go and rock her back to sleep again. And there's no more gun rack. All right. Taking orders. Oh, let's rock this baby. Alright, fries and a pie. Or noodles. Noodles. Ice cream sundae. Ice cream sundae. Noodles. Noodle sundae. I like the taped up thing here for the baby. Burger and a pie. I think that's, no, there's fries. What do I got here that doesn't need to be here? Drink, no burger. Hey, relax, kid. Oh man, that's the worst. See ya.
Arrow.
Alright, yep, just go to the window.
Hello?
Of course. Don't cry now when there's like, nobody to wait on. Alright, fries. Do.
Arrow.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Why? Alright. I can shoot down bombs and shoot zombies, but I can't handle a baby in a restaurant. Just go. Just go. And I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, this guy's gonna get a free burger. What? Oh, you have a bug. Maybe? No. I just don't have the soda. No bug. No bug. False alarm. Your daughter cried 4 times. Just another perfect day with your daughter. Gold. Gold. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, lots of talk about Overcooked. Yeah, lots of talk about Imagine this game and a focus on multiplayer, it looks like, too. Indie Development Lab says, babies are a fate worse than zombies, nuclear bombs, and the end of the world. Just kidding. Yeah, I will say that it was I think almost more difficult to keep. The daughter takes so much time, and so what's different is when you're shooting the bombs, and as a player, when you're shooting the bombs or you're grabbing the gun off the gun rack and shooting the zombies, the gun rack kind of has the effect, but you can control it. You can put the gun back up and grab the fries so they don't burn. You can put the gun back up and grab the sundae or the noodles, whatever the middle thing is, noodle sundae. You can like deal with that and mitigate those things using, like, you're not out of control. With the baby though, like you can't abandon the baby and say, you know what, just deal with it for a second. Daddy's got to grab the burger. You can't do that. You can't do it with the baby, and that makes it it's almost more challenging than the other level here, where everything's kind of coming at you at once. I love the tie-in to the continuity. If we go back to, it's not this. So when we start right here. So Sunday, April 20th, 2002. It's great. And then we come back up here to the Wikipedia page. Established 2002. Again, it's just neat how all that ties in together. So really nice work on the story. And I'm excited to see there's going to be more coming in the next update, so it will be exciting to see what comes next, and also to check out this when it does get released on Google Play. We'll definitely hype it up and have some links to it then. I did get a gold medal for the baby one. I didn't get a full readout either of how much money I made, so I'm guessing that there's a lot. Since this is the last level, there's a lot that is still in the works there. So that's the Birdview Burger Barn. The hard mode I think I played, which was the overtime. I'm excited to see that and see what kind of top scores I get. I like that it does show me my money here. So if you do get a chance to play, I don't think this is out on itch.io yet. When it updates on itch.io, I'll do another play session of it, and we'll keep track of the scores, and I'll post my scores on the game in comments, and we can see and maybe have a friendly competition or something for that. So thanks a lot, everyone. The next thing that